Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.
Gold heading back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
Swing and a miss! A no-hitter in the WPIAL championship game.
The Mohawk Warriors have knocked off the four-time defending champion and are champions again.
The Shenango Wildcats are the WPIAL champions.
Elwood City, WPIAL champions for the first time in school history.
Cox with it. Cox all the way in the jam again. The Red Hurricanes storming their way to another title. Swing and a miss. A one-hit masterpiece.
Turn. Vegas and Maples keeping themselves coming near side. Can they hit him? No! He got in! Will he get it? One state championship!
Strike three called. Put another notch in the belt for Laurel Spartans three-peat.
And the Shenango is the 2021 2A Girls Champion.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet. Sports Network is brought to you in part by Maley Chiropractic, by Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George, by the Crane Room Grill, by the Red Zone, by Pontius Insurance, by Something for Your Wall Photography, by the Tri-County Principals Association, and by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. A pleasant good evening from Laurel High School. Coming into tonight's game, the Laurel Spartans, Class 3A, 8-4 overall, 2-3 in Section 1 of Class 3A. Shenango coming in at 2-10 overall, 1-3 in section play, coming into tonight's non-section tilt. I'm James Dodson, Tim Continenza with us. Tim, welcome back. Let's rock and roll for some non-section action. It's county versus county action, so you know, even though this game means not much in terms of making it to the playoffs, they know that this is a game that very important to the two schools, local rivals, kids who have played each other for basically their entire lives, and we're going to be seeing fans still trying to funnel their way in for tonight's contest. Should be a fun one here, Class 2A versus Class 3A.
There's no question. Anytime it's a backyard brawl type scenario where you love the bragging rights of the game, and they'll be there forever. So both these schools and these two teams will be working hard here tonight for that opportunity. Shenango having a tough run this year at 2-10 overall, but they can actually change that momentum with a win here tonight.
Oh, and talk about just what a barn burner of a section it is. I mean, Southside Beaver at 3-1, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart, the tops of the class. I'll talk about them more in a second. Springdale, a strong program the last couple of years, but Olsh especially, they're now on a 40-plus game winning streak. The defending state champions, back-to-back WPIAL champions. One of the top players in the entire state in Jake DeMichael. And they, last year had an 8-loss on the season. I believe the final record was 14-8. 3 of those losses came to Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. So, I mean, it's a team that they've had to run into a buzzsaw, and that record can be very deceiving because of that. And same thing this year. A rough start to the year, but getting better each and every game out, and a lot of close games down the stretch in these section games, including one on the road at Southside Beaver, a 6-point loss to them. And look at Laurel on the other side here, Tim, a veteran coach there as well with Ken Locke. Close game that they were battling down the stretch with Elwood City, ended up losing by 15+. That was a closer game the entire way until the last few minutes. And you throw a Beaver Falls buzzer beater on the road, cost them that game. So these are two teams that are, very, very close to being able to make that breakthrough, and they're right on the edge, both of them in fourth place in their respective sections. So right now they would be in the playoffs, but look to make this push, and it starts right here, right?
It really does. And you look at just this matchup coming into tonight, very interesting is that both teams are scoring just a little over 48 points per ball game. So it's going to be, I think, a matchup where we're going to watch two schools really be able to go bucket for bucket. We may have one going right down to the wire.
That's what we hope to see for sure, and we're going to have a fun one for sure, and Laurel especially a very defensive game throughout the course of this season, only averaging, allowing 42 points per game. That's one of the top 5 in the entire WPIAL. So they work defense first, and that's again to be expected with Coach Locke. And on the other side, Coach McQuiston, got to mention him real quick, 16 years at the helm. And both of these coaches coaching at their alma mater. It's becoming a trend here around Lawrence County, and really love it. It just has that different feel to it. It just means a little bit more.
It has that hometown feel. It has that importance to each school.
And right now we're going to pause for the playing of our national anthem.
As we get ready here for tonight's introductions to both teams, and James, this, as you mentioned earlier, it is filling up here quickly on both sides of this gymnasium.
And that's the fun of it, especially when you only have to travel 10, 15 minutes. That makes a big difference too, Tim, in terms of getting the away fans and the away student section. How about that? One of the stronger student sections we've seen. Fun to be able to get that too with on the road game.
No question about it. Shenango Wildcats coming in on the road today, 2-10 on the season. Laurel Spartans coming in at 8-4. And here's my partner, James Dawson, with tonight's starting lineup.
Yeah, let's start with Shenango. Their leading scorer, the 6-foot sophomore Brody McQuiston, son of head coach Bob McQuiston. Joining him is 6'2" senior Dalton Peters, 6'1" senior Preston Schrei, and a pair of juniors, 6'4" junior Kyle Lenhart and 5'11" junior Braden Ziegler. So McQuiston, Peters, Schrei, Lenhart, and Ziegler for the Shenango Wildcats. And for the Laurel Spartans as they make their way out onto the court, 5'9" junior leading scorer Laban Barker. Joining him will be 5'7" junior Landon Smith, 5'11" junior Aiden Collins, and the pair of seniors, 5'9" senior Kobe DeRosa and 6'3" senior Eli Sycophuse. So Barker, Smith, Collins, DeRosa, and Sycophuse, the 5 out there for Coach Ken Locke's Laurel Spartans. Give a shout out to our fantastic crew here on Lawrence County SportsNet tonight. Chris and Ben helping us out here from Laurel. Rob Nattel also on the camera. Our producers, Aaron Vigiano, Dom Summers running the graphics. A fun evening, ready to tip it off. Get our 3 officials real quick. Rick Lakaitis, Cornell Charles, and Mark Scappy. The men in stripes tonight. And here's Tim Continenza to get you the call here from Laurel High School.
Thank you, James. As we get ready, it will be Sycophuse jumping it up here for Laurel, and he will be going up against McQuiston as we get ready for this opening tip. 8 minutes on the clock here from Laurel as we get ready for tonight's opening moments here of this non-section matchup. 2 versus 3 in Division A's.
Sycophus to jump it up for Laurel, and it'll be McQuiston, sophomore, to jump it up for Shenango.
And Shenango will handle as Schrei will bring it up. Schrei crosses the timeline, and he's going to hand it off. Give it back to McQuiston as they go left side. Over to Ziegler, back right side. Over to Schrei, and they work it down into the blocks. Turnaround jumper shot, no good. Going for the rebound was McQuiston on his own shot. Couldn't get it, but they get the rebound, and they'll bring it back out with McQuiston.
And right away you saw McQuiston his first 2 touches, immediately double team. Now going one-on-one with DeRosa. Will be an interesting matchup. These two going at it all day.
McQuiston makes some room and takes a jumper inside the arc. No good. Rebound again by Shenango. They're going to throw it back out. They'll work it inside the arc. Take another shot. No good. Rebound again. Shenango handling the offensive boards here. They get it back outside for 3. Back of the rim, no good. Ball batted around, and I think we're going to get a foul over the back here on Kyle Lenhart.
Lenhart will get the foul, but yeah, 3 offensive rebounds in the first possession. That's a great start, even though they couldn't get points on the board. If you're Coach McQuiston, you're happy with that.
So Laurel will bring the ball up. A little pressure in the backcourt. They'll break it, and they're going to have the turnover quickly as Schrei comes up with the turnover. Goes left side to Ziegler. Back to Schrei. Schrei is going to call the play top of the key. He'll move to his left, throw into the corner. Get it to Ziegler. He'll work inside the paint. Turnaround jumper. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound up and put in good by Lenhart for his first 2.
Yeah, second offensive rebound. Just good positioning, really. Able to get inside and have an easy in putback.
DeRosa with the ball in the forecourt here for Laurel as they work it around. They get it back out to Smith.
Right.
Smith has it now back. Smith with the ball. Left side to Barker. Back to Smith. They work it around the arc into the corner to DeRosa. Back outside. It's Barker. Going to get it back out into the corner. He's going to get double teamed there. And we'll get a loose ball. I believe it'll be last touched by Shenango.
Yeah, smart play. Aiden Collins knew he was trapped, knew he was in trouble, just threw it off of Lenhart's leg. And right now it's a lot of stagnant moving around the perimeter against this not even sure if it's a man-to-man or just a relaxed zone, but right now there's not a lot of movement for this Laurel offense. It is a 2-3 zone, it looks like, for Shenango.
Smith with the ball. Smith on the right wing. Goes up top to Barker. Back to Smith. Smith fakes a 3. Bounce pass inside to DeRosa. It's going to be loose. And Schrei is going to come up with the loose ball as he gets it out to Peters.
And they're going to whistle it dead because something happened with Schrei there. It's like, I'm not sure if he stepped on a foot or something, but he went down in a heap and is going to come out of the game. Good job by the officials to just stop that. There was no advantage. Let the injury take care of itself and get him out of the game.
All right, we'll identify.
That's Grayson Hooks who checked in.
Hooks with the ball, okay. As they give the ball left side. Gets it over to Ziegler. Top to Peters. He'll drive into the lane. He'll take the shot off the backboard. No good. Rebound there by McQuiston. He goes up strong. No good. Ball loose. Going to be picked up there by DeRosa for Laurel.
And finally, like DeRosa just said, enough with the offensive rebounds. 5 allowed already. No more.
They bring it up with Smith. Now they work it inside. DeRosa's going to fight for it and get it into the corner. And he's going to get fouled from behind. And it might be, let's see, I think this is going to be on Lenhart.
And then Lenhart and DeRosa having a bit of a talking to afterwards since DeRosa threw the ball trying to just throw it out of bounds and it ended up accidentally going off of Lenhart's face. No intent there whatsoever. Just want to make sure everybody's all right as Gregory Pricer checks in for Laurel.
So Pricer in.
Braden D'Angelo in as well now for Shenango for the first time. Foul, by the way. Called it on number 2. I don't see a number 2 out there. So it must have been on, I'm going to guess that's on 3 Hooks.
Yeah. As they get it down into the paint, as Barker takes it to the left side, takes it to the hole, shot no good, but he's fouled. And Barker will go to the line shooting 2 here for the Spartans.
You know, so 4:55 remaining in the opening quarter and still no official field goal attempts for Laurel, as that's the first shot attempted, but with the foul doesn't officially count. Laven Barker to the line. Makes the first one. He was the Newcastle News Player of the Week for his efforts a couple of weeks ago. He's had a couple of 20-point games on the season really the main scoring threat so far this year for the Spartans.
So he looks to complete the pair at the line and does, and we're tied at 2. 4:55 remaining here in the first quarter. Some pressure shown here by Laurel as Shenango brings the ball in the forecourt. They get it over to D'Angelo, and we have a whistle. Stop and play again, and
they're going to call player control foul. They're going to say Grayson Hooks, after he delivered the pass, kept going, and it's going to be a charge, a player control foul. I believe it was Barker who had the feet set.
So that turnover will give the ball back to Laurel as they'll bring it up with Landon Smith. Smith with the ball goes left side to Barker. Into the corner. Back out to Barker, working right side to Smith. Smith will bring it back up, and he'll go left side to Barker, fake a 3. Barker is going to go right side to Smith into the corner. We're going to have another fake of a 3, and they're going to continue to work it outside the arc. With the ball is Presser, now back to Smith. Presser with the ball, fakes a 3 again. They're going to work it over to Barker on the left wing. Barker into the paint, stops, turn around, throws it back out. Second pass, Presser for a 3, good.
Yeah, Pricer wide open, and that's all because you can go around the perimeter all you want, Tim, but in the end, that dribble penetration, the inside out, is what really kills the zone.
So they bring it down, and McQuiston takes the shot, no good. And it's all going to be picked up there by Laurel. Bounce pass inside, stolen away nicely by Ziegler. As he gives it up, Ziegler gives it back out to Schrei for 3. Schrei's good.
Yeah, he had time to tee that one up. Trading up threes, back tied again.
Tied at 5. DeRosa drives into the lane. Shot's no good.
Stay on the floor for that foul.
So the foul happened before the shot. So Laurel will throw it in from underneath the basket with 3:39 remaining here in the first quarter.
But that's the second on Dalton Peters. So Peters and Hooks each with 2 fouls.
They work it into Pricer. Well, stole it away as they bring it up with McQuiston. And they're going to get a whistle and a foul, I believe, on Barker here.
Yeah, good foul there in the open court. It's the first team foul, and don't give a chance for McQuiston to get out in space. Smart foul there. 5 fouls against Shenango in the first 4.5 minutes. That's the first one there against Shenango, as we'll have another substitute coming in for the first time. That's Michael Othedes, a junior, checking in.
With the ball is Shenango as they work it around the arc. They get it up top, now down on the left wing. Throw it inside the arc. McQuiston will throw it back out. D'Angelo for 3, shot taken, no good. Rebound there by Laurel as they bring the ball up with Barker. Barker with the ball, top of the key, hands it off, gives it over to Smith.
And now a little 3-2 look, and not on the same page. Barker trying to look for DeRosa down low. And right now, Laurel, I think, just having a tough time identifying what set to get in based off of what Wildcat defense is being presented to them.
So D'Angelo throws it in, gets it into Schrei, and Schrei will bring the ball up. Schrei with the ball, gives it up over to Ziegler, and he's going to get called for double dribble.
Yeah, good call there. As he was catching the pass, the ball hits off his hands and goes down to the ground. He grabs it, then dribbles again. That's a good double dribble call, and one that gets missed more often than not.
Bringing it up is Landon Smith. Smith with the ball, stops his dribble, gives it up top to Pricer. Now back to Smith. Smith back to Pricer. Left side, Barker for 3. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound there by Smith. Throws it back up, top of the key for 3. Shot taken, no good. Rebound there by Shenango as they'll bring the ball up.
That was Othedes getting in there on that offensive rebound.
So Preston Schrei with the ball, drives into the lane. Now gives it back out. They work at top of the key. McQuiston gives it up to Ziegler, and now back to Schrei. Schrei works down on the blocks, makes a nice nifty move, takes it to the hole and puts it in for 2.
Yeah, it kind of worked out to his favor that he lost the ball, because when he lost possession, Barker going for the steal ends up losing position.
7-5, Shenango with the lead. Spartans with the ball in the forecourt, give it back to Barker on the left wing. Drives into the lane, takes it to the hole, he's going to be hit with the charge.
Yeah, just waiting there for it was D'Angelo, and may have not been completely stationary, but the fact too that Barker lowers the shoulder really made it an easy call for the officials.
Yeah, you dip that shoulder just about 100% of the time you're going to get called for that foul.
And that's big because that's the second there on Laban Barker. So Barker with 2, Peters and Hooks each with 2 for Shenango.
So Schrei brings it up here for Shenango. Schrei top of the key. Hands it off to McQuiston. Gives it right to Ziegler. Ziegler inside the paint. Takes a shot. No good. Rebound. There, Burr.
O'Thedes. Wow, is he going up strong again? Big O.
And he will go to the line looking for a couple here with 1:24 remaining here in the first. 7-5. Shenango with the lead.
I want to know where Michael O'Thedes gets it. It's, Coach O, former baseball coach, now assistant coach here with the basketball team, certainly doesn't have that kind of height. 6'5" is O'Thedes.
He misses the first off the front of the rim. Looks to split the pair. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound there for Laurel. Get it out to Smith, and they work it up. Smith goes left side. They work it into the paint, now back at Smith with it on the right wing. Smith gives it upside.
We'll see how Laurel can work with this offense now with their leading scorer, Barker, out.
They work it down into the paint, take it to the hole. Shot rolls the rim, no good. And it's going to hit the baseline. Last touch by Shenango. Stay with Laurel as Collins took it to the hole.
Yeah, Aiden Collins, I think, is going to be the key to that. Not the biggest scorer, but the grittiness, getting offensive rebounds, getting the dirty plays. I think that's what's going to be key for Laurel here.
Give it back out to Pricer for 3. Back of the rim, no good. Ball batted in the air, picked up there by Pricer, finds DeRosa, and he puts it in for 2 on the counter.
Yeah, good cut from DeRosa, and good job following the shot from Pricer. Good work down low to keep it alive.
7 each. Schrei with the ball, gives it up to Ziegler. Works inside the arc, inside the paint, takes a jumper, up and good.
Yeah, that's Ziegler's game right there. Scored 26 against Mohawk. They need him to be a shining star tonight.
Down, and we're going to have a turnover there as Pricer went inside the paint, couldn't find his man, and threw it behind him, and then went out of bounds.
Now we'll see if Shenango will hold for the last shot. 2-point lead here early as we've been tied at 2, 5-7. And now Shenango a chance to extend their lead at the end of the quarter.
Schrei with the ball. We're down to 17 seconds. McQuiston dribbling with the ball in the right wing. Down to 12 seconds. Down to 10 seconds. 8. McQuiston keeps his dribble alive inside the paint, or the arc, takes the jumper, no good. Rebound there by DeRosa. He's going to get a shot off in the front court, and it's going to be a little too strong. And we have played one here in Laurel as Shenango leads 9-7. You're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Ponce's Insurance online at poncesinsurance.com.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
Top of the key. Stops his dribble, turns, goes it over to Smith, back to DeRosa, top of the key, works inside the paint. Collins with the ball, now bounce pass out to DeRosa. 7:35 on the moving clock here in the second quarter. DeRosa works it outside to Smith as they continue to work it outside the arc, trying to see if they can find a seam in this zone.
There's a lot of long arms in this Shenango zone. It makes it very difficult.
They drive down into the baseline, pick it up. Collins gets a cutter, takes a shot, no good. Ball bouncing around, and McQuiston brings it down. as they work it down, and we're going to get a shot waved off, but we have a foul before the shot.
Yeah, Landon Smith is going to pick up a blocking foul, but that's exactly how you beat the zone. I like they put Collins at the high post, a good option there, especially when you get a dribble drive like you had there. It was Smith who drove to the lane, got underneath the basket, and then is able to look for that cutter, and Collins just a little short on the shot, but all around that was a very, very effective ball movement from Laurel on that possession.
Try inbounds it, gets out to Ziegler, takes a big shot, no good. Rebound there by Laurel, outlets it to Pricer as he gives it back to Smith to DeRosa. DeRosa fakes the three, now gives it back out to Pricer.
You hear Coach Locke saying, find the gap, go dribble drive on the gap.
And we're going to have a turnover as this is going to go into the backcourt.
It's turnover number 8 against Laurel here in the early going. And joking around with Coach Locke before the game, there were some photos as they're going to have a Pontius Insurance timeout taken here by Laurel. Team's going to go to the sideline, discuss what they need here in the early parts of the second quarter. That's what you get at Pontius Insurance as well. Yeah, Laurel called a timeout. Confusion of whether there was a timeout. Yes, it was a Laurel 30-second timeout. Visit Pontius Insurance online, pontiusinsurance.com, and love the life you live worry-free. Coach Locke, and we were joking before the game, said that there were some pictures taken during the last game that we did. And, well, as he puts it, none too flattering, but he said there's no such thing as a good picture of me. And the face that he just made is basically the face that you saw in a lot of those pictures. Not too pleased whatsoever with what he just saw in that last possession.
Yeah, obviously when you're coaching, you're intense and you're into the game and you want to make a point. And there's no such thing as, like you said, a good picture for many coaches.
You're very right about that. No, I have a moment. The Laurel cheerleaders out there. I want to give a shout out to the competitive cheer squad here at Laurel. They're heading to States next week for the PIAA Championships. They leave Thursday morning. They're one of 15 schools that will be competing in their division to a large division classification. They'll compete on Friday, and if they are in the top 4, they make finals. Could make it into a semifinal playoff round as well. But best of luck to Coach Hordeski and the entire Laurel competitive cheer squad. WPIAL champions hoping to make it state championships.
McQuiston off the glass, good for 2.
And if you're Laurel and you lasted over 9 minutes, before allowing McQuiston to score, I think you're happy, but not happy with that play and not happy with this defense either.
McQuiston gets it from Ziegler, and he puts it in for another 2, and it's a 13-7 as Shenango's on a run here with 6:25 remaining here in the second quarter.
And that's where Shenango can be dangerous, is if they can get those turnovers.
They work it down in the corner to find DeRosa underneath. He takes it up strong and gets the 2.
And that's just the spacing. That's what Coach Locke was begging for. Good to get into the short corner for the big. High post flashes down.
Schrei gives it up to Ziegler. Ziegler going to work behind his back to drive down the right side. No good. Rebound there by Smith. Smith on the move. Brings it into the forecourt. Landon Smith at top of the key. Gives it over to Collins. Back to Smith. Collins works inside the arc. Now gives it right back out. They work on the left side to Pricer. Back to Smith. Pricer on the left wing. Smith now with the ball top of the key. Again, more of that zone coming here from the Wildcats. They get it over to Collins, works it down into the paint. He's going to get it back out to Smith. Smith's going to have to back it out and rework the offense here for Laurel. Work it into DeRosa. He loses control, gets it back. He'll throw it back out, and Pricer with it. Pricer works inside, has room, takes it to the hole. Shot's no good, but he's going to pick up a foul on Ziegler.
And so not the greatest offensive sequence there, but patient. They didn't force anything, Tim, and I think that's what's key there. You're okay with taking, 30, 40 seconds on a possession if you get a quality look out of it, and that's what Pricer does. Kind of wears down the defense, too, when they're moving around for 30, 40 seconds like that.
So Pricer at the line, shooting 2. Back of the rim, rolls and falls off to the right.
One thing to watch, though, too, and I think that's what Coach Locke and his staff are talking about right now is, again, they're switching back and forth between a 3-2 and a 2-3, and it makes a big difference how you set up your wings when you're attacking a 3-man top of the zone or a 2-man top of the zone.
So Pricer splits the pair, and it makes it 13-10 with 5 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here. Ziegler with a big 3 from the left side, and he was fouled. And in the process, he'll go to the line shooting 3 here for Shenango.
Yeah, Aiden Collins just a little too early on the box out as we have our own instant replay here. And, yeah, just a little too aggressive with the block. block attempt, tried to show it with a box out, tried to disguise it, but wasn't going to fool the officials on that one.
So Ziegler's first shot is up and good.
He now leads all scorers with 5 tonight.
14-10 Shenango.
Well, I have a second one. I mean with Laurel attacking the zone. So that last possession, it's a 3-2 zone, meaning Shenango has 3 players on the top of the zone. If you're attacking that, you only want 2 guards on the top. They had 3 on the top of that zone. So basically, you're going almost man-to-man at that point, and that's not what you want to see. And now Shenango, after making all 3 free throws, gets into their full court pressure again.
DeRosa with the ball, finds Collins down on the right baseline, takes it underneath, nice and strong, picks up the foul with the bucket.
And again, I said it earlier, but worth repeating as the foul goes against McQuiston for his first. Worth repeating that Aiden Collins is going to be key. He's gotten better and better each game so far this year. His first time starting, as Laurel lost all 5 starters from a year ago on their team. He's going to be key tonight and the rest of the season.
Big roll, almost rebound there by the Spartans, but coming away with the loose ball is the Wildcats, and Schrei will bring the ball up. Schrei with the ball will lose control. It's going to be Smith on the steal, and then they're going to get it right back. They work it underneath, and DeRosa is going to make a nice defensive play, swatting that ball out of bounds. And they're going to say they get it off McQuiston at the last second, and it'll go over to Laurel.
Yeah, I don't think DeRosa actually ever touched it on the way through there, Tim. I think it was just all deception in terms of just, a little eye candy, and it was tough for McQuiston then to get it as he had big Kobe DeRosa coming into his face.
So Smith with the ball in the forecourt here for the Spartans. Give it over to Collins, back to Smith. To Collins. Collins look on the right wing. Now back left side to Pricer. Working down underneath to DeRosa. Takes it to the hole. Shot no good. Gets his own rebound. Goes up strong again. High off the glass. No good. Rebound there by McQuiston.
And I think they're going to get Collins on a foul here on the rebound. Oh, check that. No, on Sycophus. That's big if you're a Laurel fan, because that's only his first. It would have been the second on Collins. Team 6, so you're going to have bonus free throws the rest of the way. And Carter Haney did not check in time. Or apparently he did check in time.
So they're going to let him get in. So Carter will come in, and Sycophus will take a seat.
So first we've seen Carter Haney in there.
Schrei with the ball into the forecourt. Schrei working right side, gives it off to Ziegler. Back left side. They work it down into the corner, and we're going to get a traveling call against D'Angelo.
5th turnover now against Shenango. We'll have a little offense-defense as Barker tried to check in but couldn't get to the table quickly enough again.
So Smith brings it across the timeline, and he's going to be picked away by the Wildcats. Give it over to McQuiston. McQuiston down underneath, takes it to the hole, gets the foul, puts it in.
And that's just a parting of the seas defensively. Not a good communication by Laurel, and especially against McQuiston. That's the last person you want to give space like that.
So Brody will go to the line looking for the three-point play here for Shenango, who now lead by 6, 18-12. There's a shot, front of the rim, no good. And we got another whistle, and who are we going to get this one on? We're going to get this on Schrei, I believe.
And that's going to be 1-and-1 free throws now, as that's the 17 fouls. Bonus free throws brought to you by the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock. Stop by at the Red Zone for all your county sporting apparel needs. Sporting goods, embroidery, custom apparel, masks, just about anything you want, they got it. Visit them online, theredzonesports.com, and score big at the Red Zone.
So Pricer shooting the 1-and-1. Looks and shoots. Back of the rim, no good. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Laurel. As they work it out to Smith. Work it down into the lane, find a cutter. It's Caney with it, and we're going to get a whistle.
Ball just all over the place, and Coach McQuiston not happy with this loose ball foul, but in the end, McQuiston didn't grab the ball, he grabbed the arm. So that's going to be his second with 3:26 remaining here in the first half. So you got McQuiston, the leading scorer for Shenango, and Barker, the leading scorer for Laurel, both out on the court playing with 2 fouls.
Carter Haney at the line shooting a 1-and-1. And back of the rim, no good. Rebound there again by Shenango as they bring the ball up. McQuiston with the ball.
Laurel 3 of 8 from the free throw line. You know they're not going to be happy about that.
As they work it out. Throw underneath. Nice hands there by Laurel to get it, but McQuiston's there to pick it up off the glass. No good. Picked up there by Haney. Stolen away by McQuiston. Spins into the paint. Throws it back out. They work it out. Right side for three. Shot taken. No good. Rebound there by DeRosa. And he'll bring the ball up here for the Spartans. We're under 2:50 here to play in the quarter. Good left side. Now going right side to Pricer. Back to Smith. Pricer looks and inside the arc. Now back out. Smith drives left lane. Finds a cutter. That's DeRosa. Takes it to the hole. Up and good.
Beautiful pass. No look bounce pass there from Landon Smith to find Kobe DeRosa.
18-14, 2:22 remaining here in the quarter. Hooks with the ball as he gives it out. They work it down under to McQuiston, throws it back out. Back to Hooks. Hooks inside, now back out. Again.
That's Natel with the ball there, giving it off to McQuiston.
Give it back out to Ziegler for three. Good.
Yeah, his first trifecta of the night. He already had 3 points on 3 free throws after he missed a three-pointer, but able to knock that one down.
21-14, we're under 2 minutes. Big three here, trying to return it, no good. Rebound there by DeRosa. He goes underneath, shot, and it's going to be fouled in the process, and that will put DeRosa at the line here for the Spartans.
Foul went against Natel for his first, and you know I understand the frustration from Coach McQuiston on that one because it was a wild shot taken by DeRosa and kind of gets bailed out. I mean, in the end, it's still a foul, and you know it doesn't look great from the opposing view, obviously, but you know, in the end, the official sees the contact. He's going to make the call. But another missed free throw.
Yeah. So DeRosa will try to split the pair here, and does. 21-15, minute 43 remaining here in the second.
3 of 9 from the line.
Hooks with the ball as he brings it up. Hooks running the offense, goes to right side. Bounce pass to Ziegler. Ziegler throws inside to McQuiston as he's going to get tied up, and they're going to call a blocking foul against DeRosa here. And that will put McQuiston at the line.
Yeah, McQuiston trying to back his way in. What the official sees there as he's making the spin over the left shoulder, it's going to be a foul on the floor, so it's 1-and-1. But what they're seeing there is the hands kind of around defensively is what DeRosa gets called for his second foul.
So Brody will have opportunity. They're going to say 1-and-1. Okay. They're going to say the foul happened before the shot.
Oh, I think that's the right call. I mean,
yeah,
there's no shot attempt. I mean, I know he threw it over his shoulder, but there's no shot attempt there.
And there's the shot, and he puts it in.
Doesn't matter. He gets 2 anyway.
22-15, Shenango with the lead. Second shot is good. 23-15. They work it into Pricer. Pricer with the ball back to Smith. Smith over to Barker. Back to Smith, top of the key, right side to Pricer. Pricer going to try to get some room, and they're going to get a reach-in foul, I believe, on Hooks.
And if so, that's his third. Yes, it is. They only have it marked as his second up there. We had that foul on number 2, so that might be a scoreboard issue. We have that as his third foul. We will confirm all that here at the halftime break.
Pricer looks and shoots, and back of the rim, no good. Score remains 23-15. Shenango with the lead.
Laurel leaving a lot of points on the board at the free throw line right now.
So Pricer looks and shoots, and again back of the rim. Rebound there by Hooks. Hooks on the move. Hooks into the lane. Stops, throws it back out. Ziegler for 3. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound there by Laurel. Barker on the move. Barker inside the lane. Finds a cutter underneath. Throws it back out to DeRosa. He'll slow it down behind the arc. Now drives into the lane. pulls up 5-footer, up and good by DeRosa.
8 for DeRosa. Good job to hang in the air and find a soft touch.
23-17. McQuiston in a spin, takes it to the hole, rolls the rim, no good, gets his own rebound, throws it back out, deep three, back of the rim, no good, rebound there by Barker for Laurel. Barker, a no-look pass to Collins. Collins puts it in for 2.
Back-to-back no-look passes. Beautiful play by Barker. Great finish from Collins.
Hooks with the ball inside the arc. Now brings it back out. We're down to 25 seconds here in the quarter.
Now, great run here by Laurel. They finished the Shenango game we had last week similarly at the end of the first half with a nice run.
They work it around the arc. We're down to 15 seconds. Work it to McQuiston, back top of the arc, left side to Hooks. Hooks drives into the lane, tries to find Peters, and it's going to go off Peters' hands and out of bounds with 4.6 seconds. So the Spartans will have one last opportunity to try to cut into the Shenango lead.
Yeah, it hit off Collins' hands first, but then double deflected back off. Last touch by Peters. DeRosa, tough time getting it in.
Almost stolen away, and it's last touch again by Shenango. It'll take about a second off the clock.
3.0 it says on the clock now. Monsters Inc. on the scoreboard, 23-19. Laurel with a chance to cut it down to 2 or 1.
They get into Rosa. He's going to pull up for a 3. Looks like he got off in time. It's going to go to the left, off the rim, no good. And we are at halftime here in Laurel as Shenango leads Laurel 23-19.
Yeah, good strong finish to the half from Laurel. A couple of buckets in that last minute of play to cut that lead in half. An 8-point deficit down to 4. Looks a lot prettier as the teams go into the locker room.
There's no question about that. We'll take this timeout as we are at halftime here at Laurel with Shenango leading the Spartans 23-19. You're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
Library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
Has your child's early education slowed down or even paused due to the pandemic? This is crucial time you can't get back. LCAP can keep your little learner on track for success. We have options for working and non-working parents with in-person childcare and age-appropriate virtual learning to keep them busy and engaged. Parents, don't hit pause on early learning. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership can jumpstart their future. Learn more at lcap.org.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shenango for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
I've seen missed opportunities here for Laurel at the line, and I would say even turnovers part of the game for both teams.
Yeah, 10 turnovers for Laurel. I'd say check that. 11 turnovers for Laurel, 6 for Shenango. But yeah, the charity stripe is what gets me on this one. Laurel 4 of 11 from the free throw line. You make 2 or 3 of those. I mean, you make 4 of them, it's a tied game. But you know, compare that to 5 of 8 on the other side for Shenango, and I think that's just a big key right there. You're looking at the fact that you've essentially left 7 points on the board in the first half on free opportunities. So a difficult moment there for Laurel for sure. But you look at the other side, Shenango, your leading scorer, Brady McQuiston, he's held scoreless in the first quarter. Your number 2 scorer, Braden Ziegler, call him 1A and 1B really. He had 4 points in the first quarter, but they both explode in quarter number 2. 6 points for each of them in that second quarter, really making the big difference for Shenango and getting that lead here at half, 23-19. 10 for Ziegler to lead all scorers and 6 for McQuiston. On the other side, Kobe DeRosa with 9 points and 4 each from Pricer and Collins. Laurel was a little bit concerned, I think, of where their offense was going to come from once Laban Barker got those 2 fouls, but they bring him back on the court, and he makes a couple of nifty passes there, Tim, to find some open cutters. First finding DeRosa, and on the second one finding Collins for the deuce. So I think that's, again, going to be key against that zone defense. Get that dribble penetration. You saw, too, that little run at the end also because they got in transition before Shenango could get back and set up into their zone defense. That's the number 1 way to break a zone defense is dribble penetration. Number 2 is high post. Number 3 is don't even let him get into the zone because you beat him up and down the court.
Yeah, and I think you hit it there. That is going to be key here for Laurel in the second half, is getting ahead of that zone, really, I think is really going to be important to see how they handle that. At times, they what was impressive, though, was the patience. They weren't really, in a sense, pressing any shots. They were looking for opportunities and clean shots and good looks. And for the most part, they got that when they were moving the ball around. They made it take 30, 40 seconds each possession at the time, but they were getting some quality shots.
Yeah, they did. And, when you look at Shenango on the other side of things, I mean, first possession, they had 3 offensive rebounds. Just couldn't get them to fall there after that. They ended up with 7 offensive rebounds in the first half. Laurel really cleaning up on the board, so ever since then, especially on the defensive glass. There was 3 offensive rebounds in that first possession. 6 total in the first quarter, only 1 offensive rebound in the second quarter for Shenango. That's a big key right there.
Hey, just want to remind everybody, we do have the play of the game coming up. After the game, we'll have the Maley Chiropractic play of the game. All your high school student athletes during the sports season, a $25 visit to our office, including adjustments and or all therapies necessary. For full details, visit MaleyChiropractic.com. That's Maley, M-A-H-L-E, chiropractic.com. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. That is for the play of the game. And then we also have the player of the game coming up after the game. That is sponsored by LCAP, your player of the game. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership is dedicated to enhancing the quality of life in Lawrence County by eliminating and preventing the causes that affects poverty and mobilization and directing resources and assist, educate, and promote self-sufficiency. visit information. For more information, visit them online and find their assist. Visit them online at lccap.org. That is lccap.org. LCAP, changing lives. And we'll have that, of course, at the conclusion of tonight's ball game between these two schools, as we are about 2 minutes here from the start of the second half, with Shenango leading by 4 over Laurel, 23-19. Tell you what, let's take a 1-minute timeout. We'll come back. We'll have the start of the second half here from Laurel. You're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, Coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Ponce's Insurance online at poncesinsurance.com.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
As we get ready for the second half of tonight's ball game, 8 minutes on the clock. Shenango will inbound it here at half court. They'll get it into Shy. Shy with the ball. As he guarded there by Barker.
No player with more than 2 fouls. Lenhart, Peters, McQuiston, and Hooks all with 2 fouls for Shenango. And a 5-second. Wow.
Yeah. Right off the bat on Shy. So that turnover will start the second half here.
On the other side, DeRosa and Barker each with 2 fouls for the Spartans.
So Smith will bring it up here for Laurel. Gives it over to Barker. Barker top of the key, left side. Barker dribbling behind the arc. Now goes right side, back to Smith, to Barker, to Collins. Over to Sycophus, and now back out to Smith. Smith with the ball, throws inside, Sycophus swatted away there by McQuiston, and the Wildcats will bring it up with Try.
Yeah, with Sycophus was wide open down low, and last second McQuiston just goes over just enough.
Alley-oop attempt, and it's going to be a little too tall for McQuiston.
Yeah, McQuiston defensively making a good play, and I like the backdoor look, backdoor screen, but the pass is a little bit too high and too hot to handle. Back-to-back turnovers. 3 turnovers in the first 3 possessions for these teams.
So Smith with the ball in the forecourt. Goes top up to Barker, drives left side. Spins, going to throw it back out to Collins. Open 3 attempt, rolls the rim, no good. And we're going to have a whistle and a foul.
It's going to go on Sycophus for the hold for his second. But interesting as you start the second half, Shenango nothing but zone in the first half. Now they come out in man-to-man to start the second.
Well, change up, never a bad idea. So Schrei comes up.
That's the third on Sycophus, by the way.
Schrei with the ball. Tries to goes inside. Barker makes a nice play on the ball, but gets it right back to Schrei. Schrei gives it up to Peters. McQuiston going to drive inside, and he's going to get hit with a charge? No, travel. Okay.
Yeah, that was, you could have called a foul, you could have called a charge, you could have called a travel, you could have called a lot of things on that one. Interesting, the travel was what ended up being chosen.
They bring it up. Sycophus with the ball, top of the key. He's going to have the ball stolen away. Driving down the right lane, takes it up, and in is Linhart. 25-19. Shenango with the lead. Smith with the ball, gives over to DeRosa, works inside the arc, gives over to Collins. Collins loses control of the ball again. Lenhart is going to get hit with the foul this time.
Shenango not pleased. I mean, Lenhart's all over the back of the Laurel player, so that's going to have to be his third foul on that one. And interesting, too, both these coaching staffs have current or former officials on their coaching staffs, so you get to see a lot with the officiating based on what you get on the coach.
Inside it to Sycophus, and he goes off the glass as he got that pass from Smith.
Yeah, got a little lucky there, did Laurel, almost thrown away on the inbounds, but they make something out of nothing.
Laurel trails by 4. Shenango with the ball. Peters with it inside the arc. Drives down the right side, pulls up jumper shot, no good. Sycophus with the rebound as they get it out to Collins. Collins down the right side, takes it to the hole, high off the glass, no good. Rebound there by Peters. Out to Schrei. Schrei brings it up. Works it into the corner as they give it back out to Lenhart, to McQuiston. He takes the shot. Good.
You give McQuiston that one, he'll hit it all day long.
27-21.
Smooth looking jumper from McQuiston.
Barker drives inside, out to Collins from the right wing. Shot low, but Sycophus is there to pick it up. He gets fouled on the reverse by Lenhart.
And that's his fourth.
And that will put Sycophus at the line, shooting 2 here for the Spartans.
So with 5:02 remaining, the fourth foul against Lenhart, so he'll check out, and you're going to see Big O, Michael Thedes, will check in, but there's another missed freebie for the Spartans. Now 4 of 12 from the free throw line. By the way, our out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by the Crane Room. The only other boys game tonight in the county, Newcastle 55, Imani 42, final score from earlier tonight.
He misses them both, and Shenango comes down with it. McQuiston with the ball, drives into the lane, now brings it back out. He's at the top of the key, guarded there by DeRosa. 4:50 on a moving clock here in the third. Over to Schrei on the left wing as they work it right side. Bounce up to Peters, over to Schrei. To McQuiston. McQuiston with the ball, drives down the right lane. Pulls up inside the line, takes a shot, no good. Rebound there by Laurel as they bring the ball up with DeRosa. DeRosa stops his dribble, hands it off to Barker, works inside to Collins. Collins going to go up strong off the front of the rim, no, gets his own rebound, goes up strong again and puts the second shot in.
Yeah, Collins was ready to dish that back out to the outside, and then looked around and realized, hey, there's no one here with me. Let me put it off the window and in. Clean up my own mess.
Brody McQuiston goes left side to Peters. Gives it back out to Ziegler. Ziegler over to Schrei. Schrei, top of the key. Back to McQuiston. On the right wing, guarded there by DeRosa. They'll switch off and he'll throw the ball away, and that turnover will give the Spartans the ball with 3:37 remaining here in the third.
And with that, Coach McQuiston's going to call a 30-second Pontius Insurance timeout. Visit them online at pontiusinsurance.com. Put in the attention to the things you own so you can devote your attention to the ones you love. pontiusinsurance.com. Love the life you live. Worry-free. We'll give a shout-out as well to our friends at Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George. Visit them online for your free consultation, lgkg.com. Keeping promises for over 80 years.
27-23. Shenango with the lead here between these two rival schools, and one in 2A, the other in 3A, in this non-section game here.
In Laurel's section, Elwood City still perfect at 5-0. Beaver Falls at 4-1. Neshannock 3-2. Laurel at 2-3. Right down the road, 5-4-3-2-1. On the other side, Olsh, the leader in Section 1 of Class 2A at 4-0. Southside at 3-1. Springdale right there at 3-2. Shenango and Riverview looking at 1 win apiece in section play.
So Laurel has the ball as they bring it across the timeline. Smith with it. Gives it off to Pricer. Drives down the lane, takes a shot. He's going to be no good. Rebound there by McQuiston as he brings it up. Drives into the lane, throws it back out. Ziegler in the corner for 3. High off the rim, no good. Rebound is going to be batted in the air, and we got a whistle And when we're going to get a call here?
It's a foul against Laurel. I think it was a good box out to start with for Layden Collins, but I'm going to say that in the end, he pushed too much.
So 3:15 remaining here in the third, 27-23. As D'Angelo checks back in now for Shenango.
Coach Locke, none too pleased, saying, my kid's boxing out. Why are you calling a foul on him?
They get it in. McQuiston backs it out. Gives it over to Peters. Back out to McQuiston. Inside the arc for two. Rattles it home.
Yeah, he doesn't need much space, and that's where he's at his best, is that mid-range jumper.
Barker with the ball, hands it back off to Smith. Smith behind the arc, on top of the key. Goes left side to Pricer, back out to Smith, left side to Barker. Cross-court pass. Work it down to Sukafis in the corner, back out, fake three, over. They're going to work it back into the left corner. Barker with it, cross-court pass. Pricer with the ball, bounce pass over to Sukovic. Back out, they work it left side now to Smith.
Again, good ball movement. Want to see some dribble penetration. Get it to that high post right there. That's where you need to see Collins cutting down to the block.
We're seeing that zone again here from the Wildcats. 2:15 remaining here in the quarter. Smith with the ball. Hand it off to Barker. Barker works down into the lane. Back out to Collins. Collins bounce pass over to Pricer. We're down to 2 minutes remaining here in the third.
Shenango faithful clapping their hands. Impressive defensive stand here for Shenango.
Loose ball picked up there by Barker. Barker almost loses control again and does. Shenango on the move. Ziegler with it. Gives it over to Peters into the corner. They work it into the arc. At the line, takes the jumper. Shot no good. Peters there for the rebound. He goes up strong. And last touch by Peters going out of bounds. Will go over to the Spartans.
Yeah, it's kind of lost it on the way up. A great defensive play for Shenango. I will say this, though, with Laurel, at least they've made that adjustment. We talked about that, the three men up top. Watch how they come down in this possession here, Tim. They'll have two guards up top, one high post, and one going to the corner, and they're going to flip it up now, of course, as I say that, as they bring the big man Sycophuse to try to run an overload play.
Into the corner, and it's a deep three. Good!
And it works, though. You get the overload. There's not enough players on that side of the court to guard Smith in the corner.
And Smith cuts it down to a three-point lead. Schrei with the ball, top of the key here for the Wildcats. Gives it over to Ziegler. Ziegler stops his dribble, gives it back to Schrei. They work it into McQuiston. Back out to Schrei. Left side, working into the corner inside the arc. Peters for two.
Yeah, nice extra pass to get it to Peters there for an easy 15-footer.
DeRosa back out to Collins. Collins drives the baseline. Back out to DeRosa in the corner.
That's a big answer for Shenango as Laurel will cut the lead to three.
DeRosa for a three, and he puts it in. And we got a 2-point ball game here, 31-29, 35 seconds on a moving clock.
But again, the other weak point in the zone, especially a 3-2, is that high post. Inside, out, no one near DeRosa.
Schrei with the ball. They'll probably play maybe for the last shot here. We'll see what they choose to do. As they work it around, Hooks with the ball. He's double teamed there. Over to Peters, finds Ziegler in the corner all alone for three. Good!
And all of a sudden, the Rainmakers are starting to fall.
34-29. Barker with the ball. Barker inside the arc. He's going to get it out to DeRosa for three. Back of the rim, no good, and the clock is going to expire. And we have played three quarters here at Laurel with Shenango leading the Spartans 34-29. You're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
Out to 5 here as we start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, some icy cold shooting early on with the weather outside as well, but red hot to end the quarter for both teams.
Working down into Sukafus. He takes it up strong. No good. Rebound there by McQuiston as he brings the ball up. McQuiston with the ball. Gives it back out to Ziegler for 3. Back of the rim, no good. Barker runs down the ball in the corner and brings it up here for the Spartans. Working to Collins, and Collins is going to travel with the ball.
Yeah, he took an extra step before putting the ball on the deck.
Try to turn the corner there and head towards the hoop without putting the ball down.
That's very tough for young players especially to do. And, you know, in JV games, you're probably getting away with that more often than not. I won't mention any JV official names, right, Henry?
We're going to have a turnover here, and Laurel will get the ball back.
Hey, I can't say too much about Henry because he caught something in the JV game that was crazy. During halftime, one of the Shenango players actually dunked during halftime. That's a technical foul. It was against Sam Myers. Guess what? He's the nephew of Laurel's superintendent, Glenn Rich.
Yeah.
So some no family love as the Shenango player gets a tech, and he's related to the Laurel superintendent.
Sukafis down underneath. Peters battles and takes the ball away.
Yeah, good clean block to knock it away from Sukafuse.
McQuiston backs it off. 6:50 here remaining in the fourth quarter. Still a 5-point Shenango lead. Shenango with the ball. McQuiston pulls up for a jumper. Shot no good. Peters with a big offensive board. Gets it back out to Schrei as they work it down to Hooks. And back out to Ziegler for 3, and he hits it for the biggest lead of the night here.
It's third trifecta, but that begins with the offensive rebound and then a drive, draw, and dish. So it's Braden D'Angelo actually who drove in and kicked it back out for Ziegler's third 3.
Smith with the ball, gives it back out to Collins. Collins gets to Sukafus. Collins drives down the right lane, takes it to the hole, rolls the glass, no good. Ball's gonna be brought down there by Barker. Barker works inside the lane, and we're gonna have a whistle and a foul, I believe, on Shenango.
Going to go against Preston Schrei for his second, but he's done a great job in this second half when they've switched to man. Laban Barker, the leading scorer for the Spartan team, averaging just shy of 18 per game. 2 points on the night.
Yeah. They have shut him down so far. Inside to DeRosa, and it's knocked away by Peters. It'll stay with Laurel.
Right, and cameraman Robbie Nattel's grill down there.
Gives it over to Barker inside to Collins. Makes move, takes it to the hole. Shot no good. But they'll go to the line shooting 2 here for the Spartans.
Yeah, beautiful post move. Just a power play right off of the inbounds pass. Nattel's going to get hit with the foul, but it's just a power play. You get it right back to the man who inbounded it. Drop step over the inside shoulder. Couldn't get it to fall. Now let's see if Laurel can hit some free throws.
And with that statement, it comes through. Collins with the first one. Cuts it down to a 7-point lead. Follows it up and puts them both in. 37-31.
6 of 15 now from the line is Laurel.
They work it down into the corner, into the baseline, inside the arc. Jumper by Ziegler, no good. Rebound there by Collins, out to DeRosa. DeRosa tries to split a pair, takes it to the hole, rolls the rim, and falls in. Gets the foul, and will go to the line looking for a 3-point play.
Well, mark that one down right there. A quick outlet up the court, 1-on-2. Hangs in the air just long enough and gets the friendly roll.
And that has a chance to be our melee chiropractic play of the game. And the shot is good there by DeRosa to cut this down to a 3-point lead. We're under 5:45 to play here in the fourth. Schrei goes right side to Ziegler. Ziegler dribbling with the ball. Throws left side. He'll drive down the baseline, try to find Peters. He gets a loose ball, puts it up, gets the foul, and it's good. And Peters will go to the line looking for a three-point play.
Oh, and I'll tell you what, Shenango, I don't know how that ball got through because you had both DeRosa and Sycafuse in the line of sight. I think Sycafuse got just a fingernail on it. That meant that DeRosa got there too early, and that left Peters wide open with the easy lay-in +1.
Dalton Peters at the line here for the Wildcats. Shoots, rattles the rim, no good. Rebound there by Sycafuse. Gives it out to Collins. Collins will bring it up. Gives it over to Barker, into the corner to Smith. Back up top to Collins. Hand off to Barker for three. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound there by Schrei. And we're going to reach in foul here on Smith.
That'll be the team's fourth, second against Landon Smith. Barker 0 of 3 from beyond the arc. And again, only 2 points for your leading scorer, but Laurel still in this, only down by 5. Shenango leading scorer Braden Ziegler tonight with 16 points, McQuiston with 10.
McQuiston with the ball as he brings it up court.
And Shenango can be patient now, run their offense. They've held the lead throughout most of this game. Try to work some clock.
Ball's loose on the ground, picked up there by Shenango, works inside the arc. Take the jumpers, air ball picked up there by Pricer, gets it out to Collins. Collins going to drive inside. Nice play there by McQuiston, coming from behind, making the steal, swatting the ball out of bounds.
I'm going to call that a coach's son's play. He is an air ball. He runs the entire way around. He gets following his shot first because he knew it was offline, goes the entire length of the court and pokes it away from behind. Beautiful play.
Parker with the ball, works it in the corner to Pricer. Pricer with it, brings it back out. Hands it off to Barker. Barker works inside, and he's going to get fouled. And he's going to get this one on Schrei.
Yeah, kind of tripped him up, inadvertent, but definitely had the leg extended. That leads to that foul, and that's 4 on Schrei.
And that is the 16th foul, I believe. No, 4th.
Yeah, you're right, 6 on Shenango.
Okay, 6 against Shenango.
Yeah, 4 against Laurel.
Yep. And they get it into Smith. Smith top of the key. Hands it off to Barker. Barker spins it in the lane. Takes a wild shot. No good. Rebound there as they bring it up here for Shenango.
Great defense on that play, going to the hoop. McQuiston on him. Made that an extremely difficult shot.
Hooks hands it off, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. They'll stay with Shenango here with 4:13 to play.
Yeah, Pricer knocked that into the Shenango cheerleaders. And again, how about the Shenango fan section off on the far side of us? The Laurel student section down beneath us. Very, very strong student sections here for both schools tonight.
Hooks from the left side, throws cross court, gets it inside. They're going to take a runner. Shot no good. Rebound there by Barker as he brings it up quickly here for the Spartans. Stops, pops for three, and puts it in.
And he finally knocks one down, and Laurel's going to take a timeout as they've cut the lead down to 2. And Barker's kind of losing it. Got the ball, jump stop at the three-point line, and kind of took a look around. Hey, there's no one here. I'll chuck it up. And finally able to knock one down and cuts the lead down to 2. That's as close as Laurel has been since the end of the first quarter, Tim. But a big run here for the Spartans, and they've cut it down to just a 2-point advantage. You hang around long enough, some good things can happen, especially when you're the home team. But they've fought tooth and nail and kept it close, and now a chance here in the last 4 minutes to maybe flip the script. Shenango here only looking for their 3rd win of the season. They've played a very gritty, tough game tonight with Ziegler and McQuiston in double digits. It's which team now is going to make the difference down the stretch, and with potential free throws with the bonuses coming up for both teams. That's definitely Shenango's advantage from what we've seen, but Laurel has gotten to the line with more efficiency tonight.
All right, Shenango will inbound the ball here with 3:56 remaining in the 4th, leading by 2. Hooks, it's going to be Ziegler with the honors to throw it in.
Full court pressure here from Laurel to try to.
Letting him know he can travel behind the baseline if necessary. And gives it over to McQuiston. As he's trying to press a double team. It's stolen away there by Collins. Out to DeRosa. DeRosa takes it to the hole. He's fouled, and he will go to the line shooting 2 here for Laurel.
Well, that's just a standard old Jim Smiley style press. It's a man-to-man press, but as soon as one player turns his back, somebody comes chasing from behind, and that's the exact idea, is that you stop him on the sideline, make him cross over, and when he does, there's someone else already there defensively to poke it away. That was done to perfection there out of the timeout for the Spartans. They get the steal, and then DeRosa, though, off the mark on the first free throw.
Kobe DeRosa will look to split the pair here.
Ken Locke, a longtime assistant of Coach Smiley at Neshannock.
And he misses them both. Rebound there by Shenango as they bring the ball up with Schrei. Schrei dribbling the ball behind the arc. Get it inside of Peters from D'Angelo, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul, but that will put Peters at the line.
Yeah, nice high-low. Actually, McQuiston getting it down there to Peters. And again, Peters kind of flies under the radar. Doesn't do a whole lot. Gets a lot of the little things. 4 rebounds on the night, but a nice design play on the high-low to get it to your senior and get him to the free throw line.
So Peters looks and shoots and puts it in.
He's got 5, and they recognize a mismatch, too, as you had Pricer 5'10", trying to guard 6'2" Peters, giving up 4 or 5 inches. Not the way, that's exactly what you're looking for on that play.
And Peters splits the pair. Rebound there by Shenango. Ball's loose. DeRosa tries to run it down. Schrei picks up a loose ball. Gives it over to McQuiston. Stolen away by Barker. Barker down the right lane. Stops and pops. Puts it off the glass for 2. And it's a 1-point game here. Shenango with the lead, 40-39, 3:10 remaining here in the 4th quarter.
Laurel just hanging around, but a good read by Barker to get the steal, the scoop and score.
McQuiston back out to Schrei. Bounce pass inside again. Stolen away by the Spartans, and they're going to call jump ball.
Yeah, Coach Locke was trying to get the timeout with the ball on the court, but a jump ball possession will stay with Shenango. But great working down low from Pricer to work around that screen out down low by Peters, get the hand on it, and put it to the hardwood. It's going to be a full timeout here called by Shenango. Another Pontius Insurance timeout thanks to our friends at Pontius Insurance. Visit them online, pontiusinsurance.com. Love the life you live, worry-free. While we have a moment, I also want to remind you that pictures of tonight's game will be available on our website thanks to Something for Your Wall Photography. There's nothing better than that perfect captured moment. Crossing the goal line, the perfect dig, the slide to the home plate, the frustration, the elation, and the concentration. Heather Walzer giving you something for your wall. You can check out select images tonight on Facebook and Twitter, lcsportsnet.com, and search for her on Facebook. Search Something for Your Wall to see all the pictures from tonight's game and many games across Lawrence County this year.
So Laurel has crawled their way back to 1-point deficit here against the Wildcats. This is the closest they've been since the first quarter. They've cut it down to 2 a couple different times in this ball game, but now they're down to 1. Shenango will throw it in. Ziegler will have the honors here for Shenango. Gives it into Peters, back out to Ziegler. Into Peters, that goes up strong and in front of the rim, no good. Gets his own rebound underneath. It's going to be blocked there by DeRosa, picked up by Pricer with it, and he's going to get fouled. And I believe that is going to be on Kyle Linhart.
And that'll be his 5th. So 2:43 remaining. Lenhart fouls out of the game with 4 points. He spent most of this game on the bench with foul trouble. And also, that's the 8th team foul against Shenango. So bonus free throws brought to you by the Red Zone. Make sure you stop by the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock. Special thanks to them for providing the shirts for our LCAP player of the game and our new LCAP masks that came in today. Thanks to the Red Zone for all that they do. Check them out on Wilmington Road. Search on Facebook, Red Zone Sports, and score big at the Red Zone.
So Pricer hits a big free throw to tie this ball game at 40 with 2:43 remaining here in the 4th.
How about some ice water there, though? He was 1 for 5 from the charity stripe was Pricer before that shot.
So Pricer will try to give the Spartans the lead here with this free throw. Rolls the rim and gets it to fall. 41-40 Spartans leading the Wildcats. Timeout here with Shenango as the press did not allow Shenango to get the ball in.
So they will take another 30-second Pontius Insurance timeout. Nope, full timeout, excuse me. Full timeout. 2 timeouts remaining for Shenango, 3 timeouts remaining for Laurel. But a 41-40 lead they take here with 2:43 remaining. A fun and exciting game. And again, Laurel has kept it close enough. They've kind of just chipped away. They trailed by 2 at the end of the first, trailed by 4 at half, trailed by 5 at the end of the third, and actually trailed by 7 after a early three-pointer to start this fourth quarter from Ziegler. But since then, Laurel's been able to kind of flip the script and take the lead here at home down the stretch. And again, both these teams have played in a bunch of close losses this season. They're both desperate to get that close win. Just, again, it doesn't mean anything in terms of the standings being a non-section game tonight, but getting that win just gives the confidence to lead into the second half of section play, and that's going to be key here down the stretch. Which team, again, will be able to get to the free throw line, make the free throws as well, and what will Shenango set up out of this press here out of the timeout for Laurel?
They get it into Schrei. As they bring it up, Schrei with the ball into the corner to Peters. Underneath the Schrei, he gets possession, and he's going to get fouled from behind.
Yeah, Barker thought he was straight up, but he kind of had the arms down just enough to give the push and get the foul, which will lead Schrei. Nice give and go. Schrei will get a chance for his first free throws of the night, but just a good give and go into the corner. Both players defensively went out to the corner and left Schrei wide open going to the rim.
Preston Schrei at the line, shoots and puts it in to tie this game at 41. Checking in is Hunter Lively now for Shenango.
I believe this is the first time we've seen Lively on the court tonight?
I think so.
He's so lively, pun intended, on the football field, so used to calling his name.
Preston Schrei looks, shoots, and gives the lead back to Shenango, 42-41. Smith with the ball here for Laurel as they bring it across the timeline. Smith hands it off to Pricer. Drives into the lane, stops, looking for some help. Will hand it off to Barker, loses control, gives it back to Pricer. Pricer has an opening down the middle, takes it to the hole. Shot's good with the foul. Laurel will take the lead, 43-42 with 2:10. And Pricer will go to the line looking to extend the lead here for the Spartans. And the Spartans' free throw shooting in the fourth quarter has been a little bit more accurate.
A little bit more accurate. 3 of, double check that, 4 of 6 from the line in the quarter.
And that shot is good. Biggest lead of the night here for the Spartans, 44-42. With the ball is Schrei, brings the ball up. Schrei top of the key. Schrei goes right side, now goes left top of the key to Peters into the corner. Ziegler for 3, good!
Ice water in the junior's veins, his 4th from downtown.
45-44, we're getting back and forth game going on now. Barker gets inside, and he's going to get fouled there by Ziegler. And now put Barker at the line, shooting 2 here for the Spartans with 1:44 to play.
I'm going to say Ziegler got him from behind after making the 3. Oh, got him on the arm just barely. He doesn't believe it. The Shenango coaching staff doesn't believe it. Looking at the replay, yeah, I think it was the right call. A tough one, but I think that was the right call.
And that free throw ties the ball game at 45. So Barker has come alive here in the fourth quarter.
6 points in the quarter, 8 points now in the game.
Looks and shoots, puts them both in. 46-45, Laurel with the 1-point lead. Schrei brings it up here for Shenango. Schrei dribbling with the ball, works it inside to Peters, has an open shot, back of the rim, no good. Rebound by DeRosa. DeRosa on the move. DeRosa to the hole, takes it to the lane, shot no good. And we got another whistle.
Yeah, he got hit on the way up.
I was going to say, put Kobe at the line here for the Spartans with 1:26.
And that's 5 on Preston Schrei. So 2 starters now have fouled out of the game for Shenango. Kobe DeRosa, who's 1 for 4 from the line tonight, will have 2 free throws coming his way.
looks and shoots. Front of the rim short. Score remains 46-45. Laurel with the 1-point lead. Kobe looking to split the pair. Rolls the rim, no good. Ball on the ground, rebound there by McQuiston, and he's going to get fouled, I believe, by Sycophus.
Yeah, and that's a foul 90 feet from the basket. And Sycophus saying, I didn't touch him. It doesn't matter. You can't even give that option. And, well, Sycophus is right. He didn't touch him. It was DeRosa who's going to pick up the foul, his third. And that's now bonus free throws as now Shenango has entered the red zone. 17 foul. Red zone sponsor of our bonus free throws with 1:22 left. Again, stop by the red zone. Visit them on Facebook. Search the Red Zone Sports and score big at the red zone.
We're going to have a timeout taken here by Laurel, I believe.
Yep, they're going to take a 30-second timeout with 1:22 remaining. They lead 46-45. Back and forth we've gone here in the fourth quarter, Tim. I'm going to have to count up these lead changes here real quick. Remind them what we got coming up after the game. We have our Tri-County Principals post-game show.
Our post-game show will be coming up. Sure to tune in to for all our scores from around the area, and we'll also have scores maybe around the Trib Live network. So you want to stay tuned for that. It is the Tri-County post-game show, brought to you by the principals of the Tri-County area. And we also have the play of the game and the player of the game coming up, so you want to stay tuned for that. The player of the game, chiropractic player of the game, and the play. I should say that's the play of the game. The player of the game is the LCAP player of the game.
I'm not sure that we've determined either one of those at this point, to be honest, with 1:22 left to go.
There's a lot of time, a lot of opportunities.
Brody McQuiston with a 1-and-1 opportunity here, though. For Shenango, trailing by 1.
So Brody looks and shoots and puts the first one in to tie this game at 46.
If you've never seen Brody McQuiston play, his first 2 games were played on the same night as a freshman last year, and he put up 30-plus in both of them.
Second shot gives the Wildcats the lead by 1.
That's the 6th lead change in the last minute and 30 seconds.
Barker with the ball. Hands it off to DeRosa. Minute 14. Smith works it down the lane, has the ball stolen away by McQuiston. Gives it to Ziegler, stolen right back. Ball's going to be reached in and picked up. What do we get, a whistle and a timeout taken by Shenango as the ball got moved around quite a bit there, as I believe Ziegler came up with it right before that timeout.
Yeah, Ziegler tried to make the pass and it bounced right back into his face. It's going to be a full timeout for this Pontius Insurance timeout. And on the other end, a good screen and roll opportunity for Laurel, but active hands defensively. And Shenango definitely has the length and definitely has the height advantage on the Spartan team. It's caused havoc all night to the tune of 16 turnovers, none bigger than that one right there, with Shenango holding a 1-point lead just over a minute to play.
47-46, Shenango with the lead.
Again, a shout out to our friends at the Crane Room. The only out-of-town score tonight, lots of teams off tonight. Newcastle defeating Imani Christian 55-42. Big games tomorrow at Westminster. If you're interested in watching some good basketball, first game is at 3 o'clock. Union against Kennedy Catholic, 2 ranked teams in Class 1A. Newcastle will face Knock at 6 o'clock, and then the nightcap, Neshannock against Grove City. 2 good 3A teams, Neshannock and WPIAL obviously, and Grove City out of District 10. 3 great games there. And Elwood City also playing tomorrow in their own Saturday clash against St. Joseph. So plenty of great action as teams going to take advantage of this little mid-season break to get some good non-section action like we got here tonight. A 1-point lead for Shenango with 1:04 remaining.
All right, Shenango will inbound the ball from the timeout. They get it into Hooks. Hooks brings the ball up. Bounce pass to Peters. Top of the key, go left side, right side of Hooks. Underneath is Peters, and he's going to get fouled going to the hole. And Dalton Peters will go back to the line here for the Wildcats.
What a great curl cut from Peters. DeRosa picks up his 4th foul. He ended up trailing on the curl cut, which is what you're trained not to do, but he just got caught up in traffic and had trouble getting through there. So great play design out of the timeout from Coach McQuiston, and gets their senior again to the free throw line.
A couple players getting ready to check in for both teams as Lively comes in and Pricer comes in for Laurel. Lively for Shenango.
Peters now with 6 points on the night.
48-46 Shenango. Dalton looks. And we're going to have a shot good. 49-46. Barker drives into the lane, takes a runner, no good. Ball's going to be picked off there by McQuiston as he brings the ball down court. Gets it to Ziegler. Ziegler for three. Good! 52-46. And we got a whistle and a foul in the corner.
Big shot, Ziegler. His 5th three-pointer of the night. He's got 19 points. None bigger than that one. And that could be the dagger.
Kobe DeRosa at the line. He's only made one free throw here tonight. Now he has two. (52-47), 34 seconds remaining. Second shot is good. Oh, they're going to wave it off. They're in the lane.
There was a lane violation on the last free throw. It didn't matter because it was against Laurel, and Shenango scored it. This time, though, Laurel shooting, they miss out on the points.
They get it in. It's going to be stolen by DeRosa. DeRosa loses control, but underneath is pressure. Takes the loose ball off the glass for two.
Oh, there's no look passes. There's a fake pass, and there's whatever that was at Kobe DeRosa. He was trying to kick it out to the left for a three-pointer. Everybody's laughing about it because it was almost like a Statue of Liberty play that handed off to Pricer.
It was like, sometimes you're in the right place at the right time. And he rolls the rim, puts it in for a three-point play, and we got a 2-point game and a timeout, Laurel.
Wow.
What a huge three-point play there for the Spartans to cut this lead of Shenango down to 2. As you mentioned, we have not decided who the play of the game is for the MaidleyChiropractic.com player of the game. There's a reason.
There is a very good reason. Couple great nominees in this fourth quarter. Kobe DeRosa began with a great and one at about 6 minutes left. Pricer with a couple of and ones, including that one right there on, I'm going to call it the Statue of Liberty, basically, is what it was. Faking the pass unintentionally to the outside and lands right in Pricer's hands. But right now, it's Ziegler's three-pointer that appeared to be the dagger just a couple of moments ago, but all of a sudden, that 6-point lead cut down to 2 with 30 seconds remaining.
We also have the player of the game coming up after the game. The LCAP player of the game. Lawrence County Action Partnership is dedicated to enhancing the quality of life within Lawrence County. So you want to stay tuned for that.
Yeah, check them out, lccap.org. LCAP changing lives, and especially with all the cold weather coming through, if you know anybody with potential housing issues, not able to keep the house warm, please check out LCAP and see how you can assist.
Ziegler will throw it in here for Shenango. He gives it into McQuiston. Back to Ziegler. Ziegler finds underneath the basket. They're going to bring it back out.
Smart play. Smart play right there.
And the ball was stolen away. And we're going to get over in a back call against Shenango.
And Shenango thought it was touched. Tough to tell whether it was or maybe it was a double deflection into the backcourt. I'm not sure about that. That's real close. Tough to tell from our angle as we look at the replay.
So Kobe DeRosa throws it in to Smith. We're down to 18 seconds on the clock. They trail by 2. Top of it. Barker for 3 for the lead. Rolls the rim, no good. Sicklefus came out with the rebound and throw it back in, but it was no good. And then we have a whistle and a foul against the Spartans. And that will put Brody McQuiston at the line.
Yeah, Laurel got the look that they wanted. Laurel got the look they wanted, an open shot from Barker at the top of the key, and it did everything but fall. And then a second chance tapping attempt from Sicklefus, no good, but McQuiston gets the rebound. It's still just 1-1 here, but this is who Shenango wants at the line.
And he connects on the front end.
That's why he's 5 for 5 now from the stripe.
And this could make it a 2-possession ball game with this free throw here for Shenango.
7.2 officially on the clock. Laurel still with a timeout, so they don't need to go for the 3 immediately.
Brody looks and shoots. Puts it in. It's a 4-point Wildcat lead. They get it into pressure. Down to 5 seconds. Jacoby DeRosa off the glass. Good for 2 with the timeout. They give it 3, excuse me.
It was from behind the arc. He called the bank. The banks are still open tonight, folks, and it's still a ball game. There's 1.2 officially on the clock. They stopped the clock at the right time. That is well done by the officials and by the clock manager. Not surprising how long this clock manager has been here. He's just been absolutely great. I apologize, I'm blanking on the name, but what an incredible performance here tonight. DeRosa now, after that one with, double check my math, I have him at 18 points for tonight.
We thought we'd see a game that could be this close, and boy, has it come out to fruition here tonight. 54-53, Shenango with a 1-point lead. They will inbound the ball with that 1.2 seconds remaining.
Shenango still has 2 timeouts left, I believe. I'm trying to get one of the officials' attention. See if I can get Cornell's attention down there, but Shenango does have timeouts to give if they need to. Cornell!
All right, here we go. Peters will throw it in. They'll go for the steal. If they can't get the steal, they will do the immediate foul.
They need to. With only 1.2 on the clock, basically you have to foul right away.
No one on the inbound thrower, Peters. They get it in, and it's Hooks, and he's going to get fouled immediately. Oh, no, they say the clock runs out.
And they're going to go, they're going to talk, they're going to see real quick, because Cornell Charles, one of the officials, is looking right at it, and he saw exactly what time was left.
I think
0.8. I see 0.8 is what I'm reading the lips. 0.8. That's where he saw the clock when the foul was committed.
So that will put Hooks at the line here.
Hey, he took AP Calc. I'm going to trust his numbers.
So
I'll trust his math skills.
0.8 of a second remaining in this ball game.
They're going to make Laurel bring players into the lane. 0.8 on the clock, and Shenango's going to take one of their timeouts with 0.8 left. It'll be 2 free throws coming for Grayson Hooks. No points on the day, but it'll be 2 red zone free throws coming as Shenango takes the Pontius Insurance timeout. What a game we've had today. A back and forth fourth quarter. 6 lead changes over a 90-second span. Shenango led most of the game, back and forth there, and it felt like it was done when Ziegler hit the 3 with about 40 seconds left to go. But after that, Laurel with a couple of free throws, an and one, and now a chance here for Shenango to bring it back to a 3-point advantage, but still a chance for Laurel heroics as well with 0.8 on the clock.
Here we go. Shenango on the court.
Laurel's going to try to draw something up if he makes it, if he misses it, and I think also you have discussion of where Shenango is, and you know what Coach McQuiston's questioning too is, and I'll have to ask. Well, he is here, Mr. Frengel down there. It was at 1.2. The foul happens, according to the officials, at 0.8. So, I mean, is there like I know it's a 0.5 requirement to be able to get a jump shot off in high school. Is it that on an inbound you have to have a certain amount of time go off? I do not know the story on that one.
Well, we'll see what happens here. As Hooks puts the first one in to make it a 2-point lead here for Shenango.
And now I think because he made the first one, you try to make the second one as well.
Exactly. And he does. There's a 3-point lead. So they have to get it in and get it off. They do, and it's short. And this game is over as Shenango is going to come into Laurel and come away with a 3-point victory, 56-53, and an outstanding ball game between these two schools, as it was a nick and tuck tight game all the way. And you've got to give Shenango credit. They fell behind late in the fourth quarter just by a couple points, but they never gave up. They continued to fire, play their game, and come away with this 3-point win on the road at Laurel.
Yeah, that's the gutsy close win that Shenango desperately needed here. Their third win of the year for Shenango, doing it on the road here at Laurel especially. very, very impressive performance from Coach McQuiston and his team to get the 3-point victory tonight. And like you said, on the road, too, in a hostile environment, weathering the storm down the stretch, Cats victorious.
All right, let's take a quick timeout. We'll come back. We'll start the Tri-County Principals post-game show as Shenango comes away with a 3-point win, 56-53 over Laurel. You're watching LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shenango for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Has your child's early education slowed down or even paused due to the pandemic? This is crucial time you can't get back. LCAP can keep your little learner on track for success. We have options for working and non-working parents with in-person childcare and age-appropriate virtual learning to keep them busy and engaged. Parents, don't hit pause on early learning. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership can jumpstart their future. Learn more at lcap.org.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, Coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Ponce's Insurance online at poncesinsurance.com.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
From Laurel tonight to improve to 3-10 on the season, while the Spartans will fall to 8-5.
Let's get some quick stats. These are unofficial numbers. We'll have them confirmed. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at LC SportsNet to get all the complete stats. We'll start with Laurel with 18 points with Kobe DeRosa, 9 for Laban Barker, 8 for Aiden Collins, 9 for Gregory Pricer, and 3 for Landon Smith, 2 for Eli Sycophus. For Shenango, 19 for Braden Ziegler, including 5 3-pointers, 14 for Brody McQuiston, 7 for Dalton Peters, 5 for Preston Schrei, 4 for Tyler Morosky, 4 for Kyle Lenhart, and 2 for Grayson Hooks. But the big one, 5 threes on the night for Braden Ziegler, but the dagger here at the end, the corner 3-pointer, is 5th of the game. Our Melee Chiropractic play of the game, Tim.
Our Melee Chiropractic play of the game is Mr. Ziegler, number 5 for the Shenango Wildcats. Congratulations to him. If you go to Melee, you will receive a Melee Chiropractic Play of the Game t-shirt, and also will have the opportunity to use one of the students during the sports season for a $25 visit to their office, including all adjustments and therapies necessary. For full details, go to MeleeChiropractic.com. That is M-A-H-L-E, chiropractic.com. Melee Chiropractic, keeping you in the game. Congratulations to Mr. Ziegler here tonight with those daggers from the three-point line.
Yeah, and unofficially I have him at 5 of 8 from beyond the arc as well, so great shooting from him as I get a chance to see Coach Larocco down there as he's waiting to see the boys team as they come out of the locker room. Former men's assistant, now the girls head coach for the Lady Cats, is Robbie Nattel waiting to give out those t-shirts. The other t-shirt going to our LCAP player of the game, and that's going to go to Brody McQuiston. 14 points, including clutch 6 of 6 from the free throw line. He gets a double-double as well with 11 rebounds in the game. Our LCAP player of the game, Brody McQuiston. LCAP and the Lawrence County SportsNet proud to honor Mr. McQuiston with tonight's player of the game. He will receive a customized t-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in honor of tonight's player of the game award. Congratulations, and you can visit online at lcsportsnet.com to see all of this year's play and player of the game awardees. lcsportsnet.com. Congratulations, our LCAP player of the game, Brody McQuiston. LCAP, changing lives. Give a special shout out again to our entire crew. Tim, it was a beautiful night here tonight at Laurel. It's always a great night. I'll give a shout out to all the administration here, Len Rich, of course, everything that he does here for Laurel, and of course Ken Locke, the athletic director, Lori Heights, who will be sorely missed when she retires. She's not allowed to retire ever. Special thanks to them for everything they do in getting us set up here tonight. A 56-53 victory for Shenango, now at 3-10. Laurel at now 8-5 on the season with the second half of section play coming up.
All right, we have more sports coming your way here, and very shortly, probably within the next week.
We do, actually. Tune in on Monday. A big presentation coming as Neshannock girls coach Lou Ann Grabowski going for win number 700 in her career. Wow. We will be there on Monday for that one on Monday, and then we will also have another game scheduled, I believe, on Thursday or Friday. Thursday or Friday. I got to look back on it. You keep track on lcsportsnet.com and on Twitter, LCSportsNet, to check with all of that as well. But we'll have plenty of games down the stretch and into the postseason where we'll have games almost every night featuring county teams at lcsportsnet.com and, of course, with our partners, the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
All right. I think that just about wraps it up here tonight from Laurel. Tonight's game on the Lawrence County SportsNet has been brought to you by the post-game show has been brought to you by the Tri-County Principals. For our camera operator, Rob Nattel, Chris, and Ben, our producer was Aaron Vigiano and Don Summers. My partner is James Dotson. I'm Tim Continenza, wishing you a good evening. Our final score here from Laurel was 56-53. Shenango, a winner. Have a great night, everyone.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.